Zimbabwe. So ndakaripota inini a couple of days ago, it's 2-3 days ago, ndichitaura about comrade retired Marshal Henry Muchena, the same man vaka submitter one of the first document rairamba cab 3 ku parliament. In fact, the only guy, the only retired general, well-known comrade, Vaka reported this thing in his name and saying he has got more retired generals and serving generals and comrades behind him. Variku supporter opposition of the Cab 3. Zimbabwe, this is a very important man. This is a hero of the Chiwenga faction. This is a hero of the Zimbabwean people. Because this is a war veteran, Munakainda Kuhondo, who is still, 46 years later, standing with the people in support of the Zimbabweans. Kuti zvatakaendera kuhondo, let it benefit every Zimbabwean. One man, one vote. You cannot take that away from the people. Now, let's get into this because this is very important. We have seen to a panel to social media, to a panel to content creation, to chitengwa to my influencers, especially those ones who are talented, those ones who could have at the end of the day made thousands upon thousands by themselves. They are being bought right now through Weeknochivayo. I mean, it's obvious they're being bought right now through Weeknochivayo. And if you look at it, it's bad. They're trying to buy everybody who is significant. The regime is trying that. But personally, we say, pambeli, ne democracy, ne utungamiriri, we jekerere. Now, let me get into this. So, Taka report there was a certain meeting yakashedzwa iyo nemunangagwa faction, and in that meeting specifically vakashedza those who are well known for supporting Chiwenga, those who are well known for opposing Cab 3, because it's still very important. Cab 3 rakasainwa, of course, hongo, but as you can see, nothing has been established. Zvese zviri muCab 3 hazvisati zvava into effect. Why? Because Mnangagwa ari kuziva about pending court cases are against him in the constitutional court, and he knows this. When the military operates, it operates with the courts. Zhirakuti, there is a very good chance that if ever Elizabeth Gwaunza, the Chief Justice of the Constitutional Court, if she ever and her other judges come to a conclusion, Mnangagwa and the Senate made a mistake kupinzira Cab 3 pasina referendum, pasina chakazoti oro, because Cab 3 is benefiting them, therefore it's inonzi conflict of interest. But Mnangagwa, whenever the people were supposed to push Cab 3 because panic a conflict of interest yakanyanyisa, my members of parliament were never the ones to vote for Cab 3 because panic conflict of interest yakanyanyisa. Remember, these guys are going to get 2 more years in office as MPs. Who wouldn't want that? Of course. And right, Zimbabwe, zvakamira zvakadaro. Mnangagwa knows this. He knows kune cases akafana. He knows all these dangers. That's why asiri ku implement any of what is in the Cab 3, although akaisaina into law. Now, retired Marshal Henry Muchena is a very important guy because mu meeting yatikutaura nezvayo yakaitwa iyi, pains ipo allegedly Mnangagwa or his cabal or his faction vaida kana kuti toti zvigananda zvaida kupa macomrades ari kumira naChiwenga more money, more farms, more incentives, more loans for them to do their businesses, for them to live their lives, to farm back kumarural or to in their farms, wherever. So that vanota cool down, vonyarara vosiyana nezvekuwanikwa vachitungamirira the opposition against Cab 3, vosiyana nezvekuwanikwa vari ivo the top members vari kufollowa vice president Chiwenga, vari kusapota nekumira navice president Chiwenga, which is to say vomira kumira nevanhu, vomira kusapota ruzhinji rweZimbabwe. mune Zimbabwe. So this meeting yakaitika around 4 or 5 days ago, if I'm not mistaken, and we reported about it panapa mzinda wavanhu neni Super Nexus. And this meeting, what happened ndechekuti papane vanhu vakainvitwa vanoincluda Henry Muchena, but Henry Muchena didn't show up. Haana kuwanikwa achipinda in this meeting kuti apiwe maoffers eupfumi, akangamwe about the struggle, akangamwe about shamwari dzake dzaakaviga munguva yehondo. Dzimwe dzacho dzakangosara dziripo parukangarabwe dzichivoora after dzapfuudzwa nemauto eRhodesia. Andidi. So now mure Zimbabwe zvakamira zvakadaro, tiri kutaura kuti isusu, so which is to say about a couple of days ago the Mnangagwa regime tried to consolidate power, tried to bring in the cabal, those ones who are opposing it, vari kumira nevanhu vese vakaedza kuvashedza kuti vavape maincentives. And tiri kunzwa kuti kune mamwe retired generals akachinja side, vakabvuma kutengwa, vakatengesa the people's struggle. And we reported about this. It's about 3 of them, and one of them spoke in a meeting yakaitika recently in the Chiwenga faction, but he ended up having to walk out of that meeting because wakapopota, in fact wakasimuka ndokutanga kutaura nditi achitaura kuti macomrades cab 3 ratopindira rasainwa, and then cab 3 tose tiri kuona kuti it went through democratic processes, people were consulted and the parliament ended up voting for it. So macomrades, let's cool down. Izowatengwa. Macomrades, let's cool down. Let's not cause commotion, cause confusion, cause chaos. Zvaendwa Mnangagwa ari kudiwa nevanhu. It's not our problem, it's not anybody's problem. If the people love Mnangagwa, let us let Mnangagwa rule this country, ave mutungamiri with this country, blah 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 blah. And that comrade received enough opposition. So in that meeting in the Chiwenga faction, he had to just walk out. Pasina supporter wakasvika pakubuda because of embarrassment. Now Mnangagwa and his cabal zvigananda, vanhu vane mari, havamiri, vanoramba vachitsvaga nzira dzekushandisa, vachibudikira netuma new plans. So tiri kunzwa isu kuti right now comrade Henry Muchena vari pama1, he has been given a very huge offer. Regai ndipinde mumanumbers because ini ndendashereketa, ndapinda mastreets in the corridors of power to make sure ndawana the right information for me to give the Zimbabweans. We don't know whether it's true or not, but ndendawana information kubva from significant people, vanhu vari important enough kuti vanzwikwe nemazimbabweans, macomrade, mawar veterans, etc. And so information endayo muri Zimbabwe right now iri kutiudza kuti isusu comrade Henry Muchena vapiwa an offer yemari inosvika yo $2.6 million vari one. Thomas Mapfumo, the legendary, $1 million, $1.5 million drove him crazy. He changed on the people. He became apologetic to the regime. He started saying things that we never expected him to say. But at the end of the day, he said one thing, ndezve basa. So we understand as Zimbabweans that okay. So now $2.6 million atiri kunzwa kuti yaofewa retired Air Marshal Henry Muchena. Why would retired Air Marshal Henry Muchena be offered that kind of money, a lot of money like that? Why kutenga mapfumo ne 1.5 and then kutenga uire 2.6? Well, it's because of military influence, military importance. This guy has got influence over people who are directly holding my weapons in Zimbabwe, the military. And he has also a lot of influence over other comrades and generals, which means this $2.6 million, at the end of the day, it might not only be for him. He might have to share it with some other comrades. Variku Chiwenga faction, they have to, but will that happen? Will Henry Muchena take the money? Because right now, there is no any evidence he has agreed to the offer or even replied to that offer. He is cold, he is quiet. So stay tuned murezi mabwe, because change tichizipindura nyaya idzi pano pamuzinda. You never hear this anyway kunze pano pamuzinda wevanhu paTheMutapa Times paYouTube channel, vari kutiona paFacebook paInside Africa Network. Remember, kana uchida kutibata live, uchida kubata live updates, make sure you subscribe paYouTube kuTheMutapa Times. Ndichiti inini wenyu wechidhaka Super Nexus, rugare ngaruve nemi.